Hey everybody, welcome back to Tyranny. It's Friday night. I'm hanging out, playing some games. Doesn't get much better than this. Alright, so we are in the disfavored camp, and we are going to talk to some people here and try to figure out what's going on. I am Lucia. This is Marcus. The disfavored soldier points to the armored man next to her. And you must be the Fatebinder. Why, yes I am. How do you do? From under her helmet you hear an audible scoff. We've been assigned to babies. Assigned to your hospitality, Marcus quickly interjects. While you remain on disfavored ground. If you should need a place to rest, we can make necessary preparations. Let's see. Oh, okay, so there's all these options that I can't do because I'm not them. Tell me about yourself. Not sure there's much to tell you. I trained at Fort Resolution. This is my first campaign, and I'm proud to be with the Legion. I was wounded at the Gates of Judgment, but Graven Ash's protection mended me good. I owe my life to him. Are you bragging that you let your guard down and took a spear to the gut? You really shouldn't boast about filthy tearsmen besting you in battle. Lucia rolls her eyes. I can't see your eyes. Must be some powerful eye rolling to see under that helmet. Marcus says, you're just bitter that the Lord Ash never seems to notice you. Let's see what else. Lucia, tell me about yourself. I do this. She unenthusiastically lifts up her heavy shield. And I do this. She mockingly stabs at the air with her spear. Lucia shrugs. Playing host is not my strong suit. Fair enough. I appreciate the honesty. Oh, I can train? Yeah. Let's, Lucia, I could use some training. Finally, some fun to break up the monotony of this siege. Okay. So how does this work? Thrown weapons, dodge, or athletics? Let's try dodge. I'm going to train in dodge. Oh, so that costs money. Okay. Ah, yes, that's the numbers here. Copper rings. Okay. Let's see what I can train her in. I don't know what I would... It seems like she's so weak in athletics that... excuse me, maybe I don't want to waste my time on that. Alright, let's keep looking around here. Actually, I wonder what Marcus can train in. Let's check that out a second. Marcus, I'd like some training. Two-handed weapons, one-handed weapons, parry. Parry. Let's train in parry for her. Huh. There we go. Okay. Keep going here. Not a talkative soldier. I can't wait to get out of this camp. Keep looking around here. Is there...
Can't do that.
Oh. Would you like to rest for 8 hours? Sure. I think because she's orange, I think that means she's injured, so we should probably rest. That would be wise. Yeah, now she's green. Okay. Ooh, and it's dark and moody. I like this. The lighting is cool. Alright, we'll keep going here. How you doing? The Oathbreakers already had their chance. No use in wasting cell space on traitors of Kairos. Ah, Blacksmith. Isotanus curses the air as a blade of thin iron breaks in half beneath his hammer. Repairing weapons with a scrap isn't exactly why I got into this craft, but our supplies are spent. He wipes the sweat from his brow and gets a better look at you. Why not forge bronze? Bronze will do in a pinch, don't get me wrong. It can take a beating and get bent back into shape, unlike this stubborn iron we have here. He glances at a pile of his work with dread. And we always have plenty of tin and copper lying around, so supplies aren't the problem. It's a rare smith who can churn out military-grade bronze consistently. More often than not, it comes out soft. Look around camp. We're garbing the Legion head to toe in iron because it's cheaper and easier to produce for the masses. Couldn't do that with bronze. They call the disfavored the Iron Legion for a reason. Strategy and skill may be the backbone, but our claws are made of iron. The good stuff that comes from the smiths of Lethian's Crossing. You mentioned an iron shortage? I'm afraid so. The last shipment sent down the Matani went missing near Echo Call Crossing, and I'm afraid we won't be seeing any more now that the valley is sealed. Forge-bound iron is Tunan's responsibility. Why is this the first I'm hearing of it? Okay, so remember, Tunan is the adjudicator. The Archon of Justice. Oldest of the Archons said to conquer tears. Tunan speaks with Kairos' authority. Forge-bound are mage smiths. Oh yeah, that's right, I remember them now. It's coming back to me. It's been a couple days. So yeah, let's ask that. Keep your voice down. Atenus flinches and lowers his own. Graven Ash doesn't want to cause a panic or pass any information to the Vendrian Guard. Best case scenario, the iron tumbled off a boat and is rusting in a riverbed. Worst case, it ends up in enemy hands. If I find myself in Echo Call, I suppose I can keep an eye out. I appreciate that, as does the great general. More than you might guess. Maybe he isn't quick to offer his thanks to outsiders, but I know he'll be grateful for the help. It would be a boon to the war effort if our iron was recovered. You can trust me to handle this. Yeah, I'll say that. You have gained wrath with disfavored. Oh, no need to salt the wound, Fatebinder. None of us is mistaken in thinking that the siege has gone exactly as planned. Yeah. He glances to a crate beside him and points to a small set of notches out on the wood. You see that? That is how we tell apart our iron shipments from the rest. Inconspicuous, so people don't go snooping around. You want to keep your eye out for these. Good hunting. I don't see any notches on the wood, but I'll pretend that I do. Anything going on there? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let me look at my quest here. What am I supposed to be doing again? It's been a few days, so let's review. I think I'm supposed to be speaking to the Archons or something, or the voices. Who is it? Quests. Okay. So, proclaim the edict, yeah. The Archons, yeah. Okay, the Archons. Disfavored camp, got that. The forge-bound iron. Okay. So let's go find the Archons. Where did it say they are? The two Archons are currently meeting inside Graven Ash's tent at the north end of camp. Okay. I don't know where that is. Ah, there we go. I was close. Right here. Okay.
Spotted something.
Oh, what's that? Hidden objects. Ooh, that's kind of cool. So it's probably kind of a skill-based thing that, you know, she has the ability to spot, I assume. So Potion of Elemental Barrier. Plus 50 defense against paralyzed, burning, and frozen attacks for 60s. Plus 10 armor. Shock, fire, and frost for 60s. So 60 seconds. Got it. Yep. Lesser healing potion. Nice. And topaz. Nice. We'll take it all. Alright, let's go in. See what's up with these Archons. Okay. Yesterday you chided me for wishing you to wait. Now you suggest an even longer delay. Oh, dude, these guys are glowing all kinds of crazy colors.
That's 4 reports of avalanches in the mountains now. The Tearsmen can barely count past 9. They have neither the capacity nor the cause to close off the mountain passes. Either way, that leaves the 2nd and 4th cohort trapped outside the valley.
The Archon of War pounds his staff on the ground to punctuate his words. A large and imposing man to begin with, his profile is made larger still by his hulking suit of armor that hums with mystic energy, I'll say.
Or it's the work of your perfidious Earthshakers. Only a fool would not suspect a traitorous Archon of poisoning the mind of his students with sedition. We would have killed the Earthshakers Guild for their master's treachery, but I'm sure you have some perfectly valid reason for allowing them to live as your pawns.
The Archon of Secrets passes a scepter between his hands as he speaks, twirling the rod in hypnotic circles. You hear voices in your head. I like that. Well, hello there, Fatebinder. We'll be with you in just a moment. That's awesome. Emerald luminescence seeps from the seams of the Archon's ragged red robes. The glow is most noticeable where his neck ought to be. His mask seems to float and spin, never pivoting or bending naturally.
Hey, watch yourself. When these two get going, you don't want to get between them.
I'm going to remain silent.
I always know you've run out of things to say when you resort to mocking my vassals. If we are to speak of treachery, why is it that my scouts see the Scarlet Chorus warriors defecting back to the Vendrian Guard? Your fearsome reputation has gone flaccid, for it seems you cannot control your soldiers, or perhaps you simply choose not to.
My lords, the Fatebinder has arrived. The disfavored commander raises her voice, trying with little success to speak over the Archons. Perhaps we could table this discussion and let our guests speak. So this is Iron Marshal Erenios. I like that.
Speaking of strategic failures, who was it that insisted the valley would need only a token garrison? For some strange reason, we can't seem to recall which balding half-wit grossly underestimated the enemy. Thoughts?
So he's still twirling. Okay, can you hear us, Fatebinder? Cough if we have your attention. I'm going to cough audibly.
And I thought you had left agents within these Tearsmen when they surrendered. Either you failed to see this coming, or you knew and let it happen. Incompetent or in cahoots, either way, this mess has your filthy stink all over it.
The Archon of War lurches forward, resting his weight on his war maul as blue luminescence crackles around his armor.
We look forward to seeing you explain to Tunon why the Archon of War could not close the vice on this trivial little insurgency. When we are crowned the ruler of the Tears, we shall have this place renamed to Ash's Folly in your honor.
The voices of Nerat tosses his scepter into the air. Good. Now pay attention. You might miss something. Catching it as it descends back down. If I may address the Archons. Okay, so, Governor Valask, long have you been honored by your iron. Now, we are honored by your presence. I must apologize for my lords. Tempers run high of late. Bow to the Archons. Apologize for the sudden entrance. Glare silently. Yeah, I'll bow.
Ah, the fire starter has arrived. Welcome. Our agents tell us such lovely stories of what you did at the Vellum Citadel. Have you come bearing another fragment of Kairos' wrath in tow?
Okay, so what's the fire starter? In 430 TR, the final year of the conquest, the sages of Vellum Citadel were expected to surrender without fight. When the sages violently defended themselves in a prolonged siege, Kairos unleashed an edict of fire, reducing the library fortress to smoldering ruins. Okay, so he's thinking I'm going to do the same, maybe? Vellum Citadel. Become bearing another fragment of Kairos' wrath. Okay.
We were worried you'd never make it. So glad that Drostus' demise didn't cause further delay.
The Archon of Secrets turns his attention to you. The frozen rictus fashioned into his bronze mask greets you with a permanent smile. So, first of all, I want to say the Voices of Nerat is a guy. I was under the impression this whole time, probably because I wasn't paying attention, that it was multiple people, like some elders or something. Nope. Alright. How do you know about Drastus? I only came from Edgering Ruin. Are you all done bickering? Yeah, I think I'm starting to get annoyed here, so I'm going to do it.
My dear Binder, we won't be done bickering until the last of Ash's hair falls out. We'll pause for you to read your little missive. Go on, don't keep us all in suspense.
It seemed only yesterday you were proving your worth in battle. assisting my warriors in the siege of the bastard city. Now Kairos has chosen you for a second time to proclaim an edict. Tell us, good Fatebinder, what sort of punishment does the Overlord have in store for the Oathbreakers?
Lots of options. I'll go with 2. It seems like kind of the middle ground here. The earth sways with each word you utter, the air thickening with warmth as you pronounce the tersely phrased commandment. It is every syllable drafted by the hand. It's every syllable drafted by the hand of Kairos. With the edict proclaimed, your pulse quickens, and the muscles in your legs, worn from a long trip down the mountains, feel renewed. The tired limbs now nearly buoyant with vigor. Buoyant with vigor. Oh, okay. That was something.
The Overlord means to compel us into action. No doubt the avalanches in the mountains are part of this ultimatum. We must conquer the Oathbreakers or die in failure. There is no room for error, and no other way out of this valley alive. We'll need to advance across the Matani. We lose everything if we stand still. And we move to back up Plan Green. The Earthshakers didn't make it over the mountain in time. So we do this the hard way. Over the walls, instead of through.
The Archon of War taps a finger against his temple. A low rumble escapes from under his beard.
So, you found your backbone at last! Oh, we were worried past humiliations would make you soft, timid. That was a record for you, right? The baker's dozen lost in one sortie. If you had waited for the chorus reinforcements, maybe we'd have eyes and ears on the matter.
The Archon of Secrets passes his scepter from one hand to the next. You hear the voices in your head. Watch him squirm. So many tears over irreplaceable, expendable, useless soldiers. I miss the Archon of War. The old Archon of War. You'd never see blood echo in a blubbering mess over a few dead killers. He'd use the knuckle bones of his best disciples for jewelry, and even made a breastplate out of his dead brothers. Interesting. Bicker all you wish, you're just wasting valuable time. Are you too daft? It's your indecision and bickering that will... I'm gonna go with this one. Learn to work together or we're all doomed. No, I'm gonna go with this one. A little more harsh.
Daft? Only fools hate their lives enough to insult our intellect. But, our dear Binder, your invective is not without purpose. Each moment we waste, death by edict draws closer. Graven Ash, we leave you to tackle the river. The chorus will scour the outer valley.
So that is what it takes to get you to agree to a plan of action. The threat of death? You place the Overlord in this position with your incessant arguments, but now we've actually agreed to do something. Kairos be praised.
Not enough talking, there's work to be done. My lord, Beric and his band have been drilled on the Ekokal assault plan. The Crescent Runners now should be briefing him as we speak regarding the latest enemy movements along the river. I will dispatch him at once. The Iron Marshal salutes, clapping her gauntlet to her breastplate. Oh, Fifth Eye. Hi, Fifth Eye. What? I haven't heard from you yet. And I will ensure the chorus stands ready to march. If the disfavored can take the river, the chorus has the manpower to secure the outer ring of the valley.
Our soldiers clamor for battle, and at last we shall have it. Verse, we command you to continue guarding the Fatebinder. Tunon's chosen is our honored guest, and must be shown our finest hospitality.
Dang right.
I won't let you down, boss. He'll get through the campaign in one piece, as long as he doesn't do anything too stupid.
And, Fatebinder, one last thing. We still haven't forgotten how you handed over our agents to the disfavored just before the burning library sparked into being. We would be a fool to believe that Tunon sent us an impartial fate binder, but prove us wrong. Prove us wrong.
Alright. The Archon twirls his scepter one last time. Swing by the Scarlet Chorus camp before you get wrapped up in whatever errands the disfavored demand of you. The Scarlet Chorus could benefit from your expertise. Then taps the fifth eye on his shoulder, and the two depart.
Finally, the fool and his puppet are gone. Perhaps now I can hear myself think. Rarely do I question Kairos' judgment. But I will never understand why the voices of Narot is given such authority. I shudder to think what will become of us all should Tunon favor him in the end.
Though
the edict
reals.
threatens the Scarlet Chorus just as it threatens us. I cannot shake the feeling that our allies will work against us.
Yeah, you're not
You've
wrong.
shown your worth in war, and your name has been known to the Legion since the very beginning of this long conquest. So I'd ask that you join us this one last time, to help us wrap up this last objective. If you wish to be counted amongst the glorious, speak with the Iron Marshal. She will direct the order of battle until we are ready for the final push into the Citadel.
Okay. I'm short a few scouts, short a few soldiers, short a few everything. I'm sure my brethren would be grateful for the assistance of a skilled outsider. I'm going to glare silently. I'm not sure yet. Okay. She pauses, clearing her throat. And though I am loath to mention it, the chorus can likely use your assistance. They certainly won't secure the outer valley on their own. Fifth Eye will be somewhere in that rat's nest they call a camp due east. Seek him out if you must. Well, I didn't mean to say no. I just meant to say, like, I don't know yet. Honestly. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Okay, now that you have delivered the word of Kairos' edict to the armies, the time remains until Kairos' Day of Swords appears next to the current date on the navigation bar. The term of Kairos' edict must be met by this date, or everyone in Vendrian's Well will die. Okay, I can handle that. What I meant to do, actually, is I do want to check on my, what do you call it, reputation. What is my reputation here? So, with the Scarlet Chorus, there is some favor, some wrath. Yeah. See, I think I want to stick with the disfavored. Kind of keep on riding that favor. So... Okay, the Archon of War lets out a long sigh as he surveys the maps and models. He glances over his shoulder, making brief eye contact with you, furrows his brow, and turns back to his contemplation. May we speak a moment? You have been a staunch ally of the disfavored since the bastard city. I consider you an ally in the court. My mind is in a poor mood for banter, but if you wish a moment of my time, you may have it. I need to know why conquering. What became of the warriors you left? Yeah, let's try this one. Why is it such an impossible task? The Archon lets out a long sigh, glaring at you with furrowed brow. It is not for lack of trying. Earlier in the year, when the chorus was still gathering to the valley, I launched a raiding party to head straight to the Citadel. They never made it past the Matani River. Matani? I can't remember. With no disfavored survivors and no chorus scouts with eyes on the situation, I know very little of what occurred. Only that they died quickly. The conquest has spread us thin. Every league we conquer must be held. I issued the call to assembly, but most of the cohorts remain trapped across the mountains. No bother. Won't be the first time I've had to do with this little. I do much with little. That is all. For the glory of Kairos, the Archon of War taps the haft of his maul to the ground for emphasis, then turns back to his maps. Alright, so I don't know if I can join with them.
Can't do that.
Okay, gotta click there on the circle. Okay. Not just out the door, on the circle. So maybe I can talk to the disfavored general lady and still join up with this crew if I want. I don't know. I don't know where she is. This guy looks interesting. Oh yeah, bitter quip. I remember you. Farewell.
Can't do that.
Okay, here she is. Okay, so this is Iron Marshal Arenios. Don't just coddle the impact, push back with your shield. Take the momentum! Iron Marshal Arenios, field commander of the disfavored, pounds her fist in the air as she calls out to the warriors on the training field. I said eyes on your opponent's waistline. If you spend more than a glance checking his footwork, you've lost. The disfavored officer turns to you, adjusting her pale golden surcoat. As she clears her throat, need to stay on top of the troops or their skill will rust. It's for their own good, even if they don't believe it. It was mentioned that you're short on help. Yep, we'll do that. I have brigades amassing along the placid Echo Call. The Little Tooth Crossing and the Vendrian Guard may be able to help hold on one bridge, but they cannot hold against a concerted three-prong attack. I have no right to give you orders, but... Her words falter, a short cough breaking her flow. But we'll all die to Kairos' edict should we fail, so I'm not about to let my pride blind me to the value of good help. I will assist. Then our plan just might work. The Iron Marshal lifts her gauntlet to her face, shifting her eyes from you to the metal articulations. We are loath to work with those we do not share our training and our values, but we know that Tunon the Adjudicator selects only the most capable minds for his court, and I trust you will honor us all on the field. Antio will be leading the charge at Echo Call Crossing. Assisting you will be the Barrack of the Stone Shields. She points to a heavily armored soldier, standing sentry at the edge of the training field. Before you ask, no, the Forge-bound weren't sloshed on Dappleseed when they fitted his armor. He survived the full force of the Edict of Storms, and his armor doesn't exactly come off. Tactically, it's quite brilliant, but otherwise it's something of a curse. Tapping her helmet twice, Ireneo signals to the hulking presence. Barrack, come meet the Fatebinder. Huh. This kind of sounds familiar, guys. A little Game of Thronesy there with the mountain. The soldier that steps up to you better resembles an amalgamation of rusted blades and mismatched pieces of armor fused into a vaguely human shape. He reeks of sweat, feces, and whatever oil treatment keeps him flexible. That's rather unpleasant. Not gonna lie.
Fatebinder, the Iron Marshal has tasked me with keeping you alive, and I have no intention of disappointing her. That should be enough assurance for anyone. Likewise, goodbye.
An honor. The soldier heaves a heavy iron arm into a salute, his whole body clanging as he wraps his gauntlet against his twisted sheets of metal that form his breastplate. That's kind of awesome.
Barrack, is that you under there? I had no idea you were in Vendrian's well. Fatebinder, do you know this walking anchor?
I don't believe
it's
we've been
challenging
acquainted.
enough to experience battle from a courtroom, much less remember the faces of your cohorts. I wouldn't expect you to know me under these accursed blades of rust.
He bangs on his malformed chest for emphasis. The Fatebinder will be joining us for the push across the river. I figured an extra hand might help. More importantly, if my worries come true and the chorus tries to impede the mission, we will have an observer from the court on our side.
Better to work with the Honorable Binder than some chorus children.
He nods to you, his armor creaking as he bends his neck. I ask that Barrack accompany you there to arbitrate the cooperation between his company and the Scarlet Chorus. Now unlocked. Okay, Iron Marshal Aranios. Beric, you've been without a cohort since the last Battle of Stalwart. It's time we gave you a task more worthy than hauling wagons and leading training drills. She plants her hands on her hips and speaks in clipped official terms. Ash has assigned you to the Fatebinder's service. You are to assume this task is ongoing until we find a more permanent spot for you, which could very well mean the swiftly approaching end of this war, or when the Fatebinder dismisses you. Is that understood? Yes, it is. Beric regards the Iron Marshal in oppressive silence. That's an order, Beric. She shakes her head and sighs, returning our focus to you. He can be as stubborn as pulling a spire out of the earth, but he's a good soldier. I hope you don't mind the company. I'm honored to have a member of the Iron Legion. I do mind, but I'll allow it anyway. Yeah, we'll go with I'm honored. Excellent work. Excellent. I look forward to your success on the field, she says. Okay. Got a big Hulk here. So, I'm thinking I have to go back out to the world map, probably. Yeah, we'll try that. So if I go here, will it show me this new... Yes, Echo Call Crossing. There we go. Except 5 hours. Oh, wait. Your path is blocked by a small group of Vendrian Guard. I skipped the Scarlet Chorus camp completely, which maybe that's fine. Alright, but these Vendrian Guard, though. Let's get these fellers. Okay.
That's far enough, Fatebinder.
A woman's voice booms from atop a nearby outcropping. Flashes of aquamarine body paint peek out from under her loose-fitting traveler's garb. And her outfit is festooned in braids and knots of sailor's line. Flanked on either side by warriors dressed in Vendrian Guard regalia, the woman leans on her elaborate, bladed staff pulsing with arcane energy. A swath of blue fabric rests draped over her arm. So there's a Tearsman. Okay.
In accordance with ancient customs north and south, I offer and request a delay of blade. There are matters we must discuss without fear of reprisal.
The woman bows deeply, lowering her head in a practiced display of etiquette. The warriors by her remain ready in stance, their nerves clearly on edge. You would detain a Fatebinder of the Archon of Justice? Unwise. Let's try to talk our way out of it. I abide by this
As is
truth.
our custom, we are ready to kill to defend our lands, but we kill only in fair battle. We don't slay our prisoners. We know this isn't Kairos's way, but we must have hope. A few of my kin have gone missing, and though they may have perished, I have to inquire on the off chance they still live. If Captain Tarkus Deimos still lives, we would negotiate for his release.
I think he's dead. Yeah, I'll just tell you he's dead.
I see. That is as I feared, but thank you for telling me all the same. I prefer closure to wishful thinking.
Yep, I hear
If
you.
I may make one more inquiry. What of Palox Tyrell? Did he survive?
Though you rarely have the luxury of matching names to the countless Tearsmen you've encountered, you are reasonably certain she's asking about the Vendrian Guard warrior that took Drastus hostage to the Edgering ruins. He did not survive the encounter. I know not of this person, I'll say. Yeah, I'll just say he's dead. She nods slowly, saying nothing for a long moment. Uh-oh. Did I kill her lover?
My apologies, Fatebinder. I had a terrible feeling this errand was in vain from the start.
Oh, so sad.
I had no expectations that our friends could be saved. as I'm sure the time for swapping prisoners is long gone. But at least I know of what became of them. That'll have to be enough.
We're through. Leave while you still can.
Then I will take no more of your time. Apologies. We will depart at once.
Okay. Maybe I should have fought there.
On
I'm
it.
kind of in the mood for a fight, but you know what? No. It's good. So, what is this little icon? Is there something here, or what's going on there? Maybe that's just like the center. Wait. I think there was some treasure there, but I missed it. Oh well. Okay, so I'm not going to go back to Scarlet Horse Camp. I'm going to move forward to Echo Call. 46 minutes to complete your journey. Okay. Long loading, loading, loading. We're going to have to make some loading songs for the long loading here. I realize I'm covering the map, guys. Sorry. Yeah, there's not really much on the map right now. Eh. Okay. Let's walk around. Antio. Back over here. Maintain defense posture. Winded, the disfavored commander clutches his blood-stained chest piece as he takes a deep breath, gathering his thoughts. His focus is on the scattered wounded men around him. He hasn't yet to notice you. Your plan has been a rousing success. Most of our troops dead, a bridge destroyed, and the Vendrian Guard pushed us back to where we started. Ladies and gentlemen, the finest the North has to offer. And for your next act, I needed those furries on point. Furies on point. Furries. There might be furries here too, but I don't know. Don't mock my strategy after working against it. We could have taken them. What is happening? We tried to rush the western bridge blow for blow. We had them running out. His gaze drops alongside his gaze, but halfway across the whole damn river, the blood chanter gesticulates, flailing for words. Lurch it up. The cursed Mittani swallowed the bridge and everyone on it. The only real soldiers we have left are the Scarlet Furies that I, quite wisely, directed into a flanking position. A few weeks kept our footing, but the advantage was lost. We had to fall back. As we did, the Oathbreakers surged down the east bridge. We held ground until they fled back across the river, but now we're back to where we started with only a fraction of the strength. Antio's in command. You should have concerted, yeah. Yeah. Antio's in command, sorry. You weren't here, Binder, and don't encourage this fool Antio. He's rapidly becoming the Archon of hindsight. That's funny. Had we focused our strength into one perfect lunge, we could have crossed the bridge before the enemy knew what was killing them. But it's not too late. We can use the Scarlet Furies to... No, fool. Stop suggesting ways to get my gang killed. Are you working for the Oathbreakers? We should wait until the enemy is no longer on high alert. Antio still in command. Follow his orders. We can sit and wait, or we can do something. We'll do that. If this were a hearing of grievances, I'd let you call the shots, but we're talking about the lives of my gang. Conscripts are a copper a dozen, but Furies, I have worked hard to secure the loyalty of my gang. I will not scrap the fine warriors on so buffoonish a plan. What do you want in exchange? Well now, what would make me happy? The chanter taps his chin as loudly as he sighs in faux contemplation. I know, Fatebinder. Order Antonio here to beg for my help. Make sure he stresses how incapable he is and how critical it is that the chorus rescued him. Embarrassment, this is not going well. I will not stand for such insults. This assault is my command, and I'm not about to grovel for your servitude. You heard him. Beg, grovel, do whatever it takes to salvage this mission. He had to stomach the insult of losing warriors to your fool plan. Seems fair. This bickering is ridiculous. Okay, we'll go with number 1. Ah, see, I knew there was a reason Tunon chose you to be officer of the court. He grins wide, smiling expectantly. Keep talking. First pick of the spoils. Yeah, we'll do that. Fair. Do not try to flatter me with what I already deserve. It's a waste of time then. Okay, we're kind of repeating options here, so I gotta pick something else. How about... I wish you wouldn't feed this one's ego. He deserved none of the satisfaction he'll take from this disgusting exchange. I don't know what else to do, man. Ugh. By Kairos' fist, Command Antio turns his head aside, spitting through half-muttered curses. Fine. Please, oh please, help us, bitter quip. Without your intervention, this disfavored mission will most certainly fail. He turns away from the chanter's impish grin to stare at you with searing irritation. I like that. Ah, stretching out a smug victory, he rubs his belly with sated glee. If only I could capture those words in my water skin and have sips of your delicious failure in my days of despair. The chanter nods with a satisfied smile. Now that we have that settled... Listen up, for this to work, my furies need a moment to get out of cover. Fatebinder, you need to run up the East Bridge. Don't get yourself killed, just draw their attention. I'll signal my furies to get a rope across while you have them occupied. There's no time to waste. Let's hope your gang delivers. Antio turns to you, nodding with a heavy frown. Thank you, Fatebinder, and good hunting. Alright. That's where we're going to end part 4. I think this is part 4. I'll see you guys again in the next one.